Revelation 1388. From the 22nd of April 1940. New Worldview. Foundation wall. Foundation. The consequences of a deluded worldview will become apparent in a very short time. The deviation from the normal way of life, the rejection of divine legislation, the unnatural behavior of those who profess the new worldview, all this indicates a new spiritual direction, which will have serious consequences. For it cannot be denied that a new time has dawned, which is essentially different from the past. A planned rethinking is aspired to, which, however, aims at a completely reversed world order, for that which until now still served the spiritual welfare of man, is now to be eliminated as far as possible, that is to be made as inaccessible to man as possible. On the other hand, every material question will be subjected to a thorough consideration, and therefore the earthly in the human life will be regarded as that what should stimulate to the highest energy and be striven for as solely valuable. From time immemorial, man has thought too little of his spirit, and always the earthly life and everything beneficial to the body dominated his whole thinking. However, God and his work were still recognized by mankind. Now, however, the spirit detaches itself more and more from the eternal deity. Man has become familiar with the thought that a deity does not necessarily have to be affirmed. That a rejection of the eternal deity does not mean the cessation of existence. Man believes that he can walk the earthly path without this deity, and so he seeks to free himself from what he has hitherto regarded as a lack of freedom, as an inhibition of his sentiments. He seeks to tear the strings, which so far still chained him to a being which should direct his fate. He seeks to free himself from that which in his deepest inner being makes him believe in his Creator. The state of being completely independent in earthly life seems more desirable to him. He neither seeks help from a higher being nor to approach it. He wants to be completely free from everything what could govern him. So he erects for himself a building which lacks the previously existing foundation walls. And this building will collapse like a house of cards. He tries himself alone on a work which cannot stand without divine help. Because all trains of thought of a man standing in such a wrong direction of mind are erroneous. What people tried to remove are the very foundation walls that secure solid building. It is the foundation which must inevitably be there, if the whole building is to be able to exist. And no stone of this foundation will be allowed to be missing. Therefore also a worldview which does not want to accept the eternal Creator for what he is, as an entity which guides and directs the fate of every single human being, who embodied himself in Jesus Christ in order to redeem his creatures, but will never be a blessing for mankind, because the building which the world now wants to erect will collapse without support, because the master builder from eternity will not let him be mocked and will not let himself be ignored. And so people may want to free themselves from God and Christ. In greatest instability, they will call for him, and, if God will show himself to them, they will recognize their error. Amen.